But as for this episode, that's a wrap. You son of a bitch. Welcome back to Extra Holiday Games. I'm Extra Holiday, and turns out that Pokemon can run into you. You know, they can jump out at you and start a battle while you're in the emote menu. I did not know this. So, yeah. It's fine, though. If Capsicip wants to die, we will indulge it. Alright. I am going to... What I'm going to do right now is I am going to just make a quick little trip over here. Just to get a peek at what the Earth Titan looks like. I mean, we still have the Sky Titan to do. But I want to know. I want to know what the deal with the Earth Titan is. Because I'm 90% certain that it's not the same as it is in Violet. I don't really have a good option against Stunky, I guess. Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Earth Titan is different from the Earth Titan in Violet. So I wanna have a look at it, so I can maybe glean what type it is largely. Because if it's something we can deal with relatively easily, like if it were just a mono ground type, or honestly even like a rock ground type, we could probably take it at this point. But I don't know. I don't know. If it looks like it's dragging ground, then we should probably hold off. All right. Woo! Got it. Oh man, should I? Oh, I think I should save that. I mean, the past few episodes we've been talking about, you know, the shortcomings of the Nuzlocke challenge and what can be done to improve it. And there's one idea I have that I kind of want to keep secret for now, because I think there's a high likelihood that I'll actually do it. Okay, there it is. There's the Quaking Earth Titan. And it looks like, I don't want to get any closer, really, because, I mean, we'll probably come here eventually, but it looks like it could be a dragon type. Like, the spines really do make it look like a dragon. I'm curious. Yeah, I'm gonna say oh man, the safe bet would be to say that it's ground dragon, which is the same type as Garchomp, which, you know, not the easiest typing to deal with. I do find it interesting how so many of the dragons are 4 times weak to ice. I mean, that was basically, I mean, it kind of makes sense given that was basically the only counter to dragon until fairy came along. So, you know, you kind of want to make it a strong counter. But yeah, if you think about it, Dragonite, Salamence, Garchomp, what was the 5th gen? Hydreigon is only 2 times. And then you get to 6th gen where fairy type was added, and then you have Goodra, which is just dragon type. So, it's interesting. I mean, it almost definitely seems like a purposeful choice, right? At least at some point. Like, maybe Dragonite was just coincidence, because a lot of Gen 1 was just, feels like it was just kind of coincidence. Like they were still figuring stuff out, but it is interesting to think about. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, looking at the coloration, it doesn't look like a rock type to me. It looks like it's probably ground dragon. So, remind me where... Okay, that does go down to the desert. Alright, let me... Okay, maybe we do... Yeah, maybe we do make a quick trip. No, the quickest trip through the desert, because I think there are items down here, or no? No, never mind. There are no items down there. Okay, then we're not gonna deal with going to the desert just yet. I was just kind of, if there were items there, I was gonna dip in there and dip out, but there are not, so we shall not. Man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, I will say, first of all, what? Second of all, I will say, you can expect more challenge runs of Pokemon for me in the future. Like, I mean, we're clearly not nearly done with this Scoutlocke, but definitely in the future, there will be more challenge runs. Because, if I'm going to be honest with y'all, I could definitely play only Pokemon games for probably on this channel for probably about 5 years or so before I got tired of it. I could be a Pokatuber if I wanted to. It's just that I don't necessarily want to, because there are a lot of other games that I want to play too, and want to have an excuse to play, and that's a large part of why I have this channel, is because it gives me an excuse to play games that I wouldn't otherwise play. Although a game like this is one that I would absolutely be playing regardless. Probably wouldn't be playing it like this though. I mean, if I weren't doing it for the channel, well, here's the thing. Between Violet and Scarlet, I had a lot of trouble choosing, because I didn't know anything about either of them when I was picking. So I probably would have gotten both still, but I probably would have done well, it might have been similar. Hey, have I been in this cave before? I don't think I went in this cave. Oh no, I did, because this leads to the area around that stake. Got it. I don't remember if there are any items down here. There are. Okay. Yeah, I guess it probably would be pretty similar if I weren't playing this on the channel. For me, anyway. You all wouldn't see it, but what would I be playing? I'm trying to think about that. What would I be playing right now on the channel if not for Pokemon? I mean, I have plenty of games on my list of things to play, so we're not hurting for those. Especially since, as the channel has gone on, I've only been increasing my ability to record games, getting more and more hardware so that I can play more and more games. Probably the most recent thing I got in that vein is I feel like I've mentioned it before, but it's called a GBA Consolizer. And it's effectively a modified Game Boy Advance that has an HDMI out, and it uses a Super Nintendo controller for the controller. So with it, you can play the Game Boy Advance, or you can play Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games on your TV. without having to, you know, use any sort of emulation or anything. And I think it's a really neat thing. I haven't really used it yet, but I do plan on using it in the future. So that's the neat thing, is it being able to play game, because as you might imagine, capturing footage from a handheld system is tends to be kind of tough. So having a way to do that without having to emulate, because like I try not to emulate if I don't need to. And in fact, the neat thing is, okay, so here's a neat thing you can do if you didn't know. You can get what's called a flash cartridge, and you can legally duplicate a game that you have onto your computer, like say, you know, a Game Boy Advance game, like say Pokemon Emerald or something, and you can duplicate it there, you know, copy it over, and then you can modify it, right? So you could say randomize it or something. Have I been down there yet? No, I don't believe I have. Yeah, you could, for example, you know, randomize Pokemon Emerald, or, you know, otherwise modify it in some way. And then once you've done that, you can put it back on a flash cartridge, and you can play that on an actual system, like a Game Boy Advance or a GBA Consolizer, DS, what have you. So, if you have all the hardware required and the know-how, like I do, then you could do something. You could potentially record it for your YouTube channel. I swear I'm not hinting at anything. Because there are some gameplay experiences that you just can't have otherwise, right? There are some things that will never be released officially. For example, well, I mean, apparently the English translation for Mother 3, that's you know, that's something. Like, you know, some games are never going to get translated. Some games are just never going to come to, you know, the West in any official capacity. So, having a way to modify games and then play them on actual hardware is pretty neat. This probably all sounds like, I mean, I'm sure to most of you this sounds like, well, the first thought you're probably having is, well, why go through all that trouble, buy all that stuff instead of just using an emulator? And the answer is, I'm a sucker for nostalgia. That's what it is. Having a controller in my hand and having it be a controller that at least approximately matches what the original controller is, or the original controls feel like. That to me is that's a part of the experience that I don't want to miss. You know? So I do in fact feel like it's weird. I understand that. It's weird, this fascination I have with playing things on official hardware, and even when I have to go to great lengths to do so. But it works for me. It works for me. And it'll probably still work for me next time. Because, as for this episode, that's a wrap. Well, hi there.